Hello, everyone. It's been a while since I last popped up playing Monster Hunter Let of all the games. Oh my god. Well, hopefully, we get some people in here tonight. That's what I'm really hoping for. To play some Monster Hunter with some people. It's your boy. Thank you, Austin. Doing sound stuffs. Okay, let me know when if everything sounds good. Probably turn down that a little bit, but that's okay. It's been so long since I've last played Monster Hunter, honestly. I literally willed myself to being awake for this. Hello, I'm Melodic. How are you doing? So, I already told Austin this, but I feel like I should tell more people this. But maybe I'll wait a minute. Maybe I'll wait for even more people to get here before I tell everybody my cute little story. Also, I gotta remember how to play Monster Hunter. It's been like a week, and now I feel really, really, really out of practice. Eat a fruit. Oh, that's right. I bought fruit today. I totally forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, I'm also on in the background. That's what's going on there. I see. Let me mute myself. You die. No, don't continue watching that. Also, the music is. Where's the good music? I wanted the good music. There. Yeah, that's good. I'm a fan of this. Let me go get that fruit. You go the reverb issue then. Yeah, exactly. There we go. No more reverb. Got my controller in hand. I'm going to go talk to this cat over here and pick up my bistro tickets. There we go. Perfect. Multiplayer, create a hub. And then from here, I can go ahead and make a hub that says something along the lines of, I don't know, live at Twitch or something like that. Starting soon is still on. I'm aware. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. Ish. I know I haven't played Monster Hunter in a while, but jeez. Give me a minute. Okay, making sure. Let me see here. That should do it. I'm gonna get that fruit started for you on the lobby. There we go. No, I specifically went to the grocery store today because I wanted to stream, and I also knew that I needed fruit if I wanted to stream. So I went to the grocery store and I picked up some fruit, and I also grabbed a whole bunch of things to make lasagna with. One of which is red wine. And now I have a whole bottle of red wine because the recipe only called for a fourth of it. And not even a fourth of it, a fourth of a cup. So that's very little wine, for the record. But I didn't have a bottle opener, so I didn't even get to add that to the recipe. The lasagna was super sweet, and I wish I had the red wine beforehand, but that's okay. I now have a bottle opener, so that's an improvement to my household. What do you think of the crystallized skeleton I sent in the Discord? I haven't looked at it yet. Let me take a look real quick. I have it right next to me in my Discord. Do you remember what it was under? I'd imagine it's under art and stuff, right? No. Monster Hunter stuff? Oh, you're talking about that one. Yes. Yeah. I don't know what to make of that, personally. I remember looking at it, and I remember going, interesting, but I don't know enough about Monster Hunter lore to give you a real answer on that one. Because, it would be cool if it was a new monster, don't get me wrong. But I know absolutely nothing about something like that. I just play the games. Although it's funny, I am considered a lore person amongst my friends, because I'm the only one who reads dialogue in any game, apparently. Oh my god, this peach will not open up to me. Come on, peach. I'm going to give you another cut here, I guess. Oh, tonight's the night of the crunchy peaches. That's what's going on here. There we go. I'm going to see if that fixed it. Hello, Lane. How are you doing? All right. We can go to the live scene now, I think. Kill the music here. There we go. Oh, crap. I didn't have the music turned on for this game. I will turn that on in a minute. Let's first get the hub open. Picking up my controller. Quality looks good. Glad to hear it. Quality. All right. Let me go ahead and get the hub open for you guys. That's the hub ID down in the bottom corner. I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up here in a minute. Not a great day. I'm glad you're streaming. I'm sorry to hear that. Dash 3336. Man, that's a lot of repeated numbers. 52. Okay. In too much pain and to do anything, so I'm super bored. Lol. I'm sorry to hear that. All right, there we go. Don't worry, Austin. I can still type. I haven't started drinking yet. I mean, I have, but like not that much. And then, of course, let me go ahead and get the sound settings fixed, because God, this game is boring without music. There we go. God, I gotta remember how to play this game. It's been so long since I've played it. Oh, we're posting SSN? What? Oh, social security numbers. No. We did that once upon a time. We're not doing that again. That was only for that stream. Not for any future streams. Not for any current streams. Ah, it's a guy. Welcome. Here's the Twitch chat. Also, if anybody else wants to pop in here, feel free to. What? No, bad Babo. Ah, come on, you. Are you serious, Peach? Come on, I cut you. Why aren't you opening? There we go. Wow. That Peach was very unripe. That's all that told me. He actually thought I posted it and was freaking out. I was trying to figure out how to delete your message, because, like, that's very dangerous. Should also probably you can post first. There we go. You want to? Are you gonna get in here, Melodic, tonight? Just curious. Oh my God, it's like an apple. I mean, I would definitely go that far for a bit, but at the same time, I can't even remember how many numbers are in a social security number. You know, I feel the same way. I'm not playing because I'm struggling to keep my eyes open. Should probably sleep, but that's hard to do when the neighbors leave the lights on. I think 9. 3, 2, 4. Yeah, just 9. I'm sorry that your neighbors have the lights on. I mean, to be fair, I'm the bad neighbor who leaves my window open, so, like, you know. To each their own. So, you know, they can definitely hear me streaming if I, like, get too loud. Not to mention I have 2 neighbors, you know, beside me and below me, so it's like, you know how that goes. You can see my window right there. All the window. I'm the nude neighbor. Same. Hi, I'm the other neighbor. Oh, there's Austin. Hello, Austin. Welcome. Here's the Twitch. You know, I feel like I should plug my keyboard into my Switch for tonight. I take that back. It's too far away. Imposter, that ain't me. ISW post first. There we go. Is it against Twitch to say that I'm not wearing pants if people can't see whether you're wearing pants? Also, we'll be working on your decks next Wednesday. Oh, I look forward to it. I look forward to seeing the completed project. Hello, is anybody posting? Welcome, Twitch chat, I guess. I don't know, man. There we go. Finally, somebody's posting something. Thank God. I'm like getting paranoid. I'm like, I just want to play the game. No, seriously, I want to know. I don't know. Sure, why the hell not? Sure. Go for it. I have a system here, but like nobody's here tonight because I don't think anybody thinks I stream Monster Hunter anymore, I guess. I don't know. It's been 2 weeks, I guess, so it's been a while. Won't need more wood, luckily, because I just need brackets and one more thing. My neighbors behind me, the ones that left the lights on, are literally the weirdest people I know. They set up a bonfire like 2 years ago at like 7 p.m. and kept going at all night with loud-ass music for no reason. Ah, see, I'm your weird-ass neighbor. I've totally done that before. In fact, I've been doing that for years. But like, you know, we're not going to talk about that. I say I've been doing that for years. My family's been doing that for years. So like, I'm like super cool with it. That's the thing. I'm like super used to the whole let's go start a bonfire and like do all the things together and have a great time. I felt like you would keep the music at a reasonable volume though. I mean, I'd try. Normally we play with just acoustic instruments because like the music is generated by us. We just jam. Some would have it like you need earplugs if you're at the party. I mean, that's true. I've definitely experienced both sides. Like my my old complex used to throw massive parties. OMG, I miss crashing parties. So Lane, I don't think so, but I would say that it might be frowned upon. I mean, you know, I could say I'm not wearing pants. I am, for the record. But, you know, I could say I'm not, and nobody would know. What is it? I actually remember there being a podcast by a bunch of old ladies, and it was like the Naked Ladies Club. But it was a podcast, so like nobody saw any faces. There was one. I remember they advertised it once actually on YouTube, and it was just them behind this very large desk, so everything was covered up. But like they were clearly naked. Excuse me, monster. I want to hit you with cluster bombs. I hope that's okay. Oh, combo list. Combo list. Thank you. I mean, like, I think about it, and nudity is banned. Yes, but, like, what counts as nudity? Is nudity banned until, like, the point where you're actually, like, naked on stream? Like, you know, again, like, what counts as nudity? What if I was just wearing a bathing suit? Would that be considered nudity? But where's the line? See, exactly. Obviously, you'd be banned if you, like, hammed it up too much about being pantless. That's true. I could see that. You guys do you have loudspeakers in the cars full blast to the point where it makes the ground shake and you can hear it literal miles? Yes, actually. I used to deal with that every single day I took the bus home from school. It was a miserable time. But where's the line? Are some of my models bannable? Yes, absolutely melodic. More interesting questions. Nudist beach. Hello, Donald. How are you doing? Should we just start a small nudist beach for all of us? I think that might be the move. Excuse me while I eat more fruit. But what about shirtless? You can't tell whether you're shirtless. Now, how low can you move the camera? That is true. Hello, Babo and chat. Now, how's your day going? I'm slightly intoxicated. I made lasagna, but normally that calls for wine. And so now I have a whole bottle of wine. I keep hitting the wrong button here. It's not a good time. Excuse me, I would like to escape that corner of the room. Thank you. Are exposed shoulders banned? Look, this is Twitch, not school. It's only Monday. This is my weekend, though. Like, you know, like, I am not a student anymore. I only get some days off a week. I didn't have work today. Oh my God. I was by the trap. How did he? He dived over the trap at me. I'm so sad. I keep hitting wrong buttons, too. If it's school and they're female, then yes, at melodic or at lane. See, I don't know. Can I stop getting hit for a second? What if you expose shoulders, but you're wearing a top, but you claim you're shirtless? I'm talking about Twitch here. That's a great question. I mean, again, I don't know what the line is. All I know is, like, I'm currently wearing a shirt and I'm currently wearing pants. And I normally wear a shirt and I normally wear pants. But it would be hilarious to have a semi-nude stream. What if it's body paint? Ooh, interesting. Are you saying, like, what if I body painted a shirt onto me? Dude, this Ag Cantor is slowly making its way downwards on my tier list. But I can't tell if it's because I'm drunk or if it's because it's in a Cantor. Where'd it go? What? It can go up in the ceiling? Actually, I think body painters used to be allowed on Twitch. My school gets mad if you have your school uniform shirt only 3 buttons and not the full 4, but that choke you. See, I don't know. That's school uniforms I never had to deal with, thankfully, but like I do think they're rather silly. And the whole thing was when they got banned. Wow, that sucks. I'm melodic. OMG. Yes, Babo. I'm so glad I never had uniform. No, yeah, same. My school used to have a uniform, but by the time I joined it, they had actually done away with it because it's dumb. Also, they had an issue with like boys tucking in their belts or tucking their shirt into their pants all the time, but really they were just scratching themselves. But they would just say, no, I'm just tucking my shirt into my pants. And like the teachers would be like, stop scratching yourself in class. And they're like, nah. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that might have been what got it banned. You lucky son of a gun. What? This is actually a story my mom told me. She was dealing with kids in her class. It's really silly. This is such a specific thing to have a thing about. I know, don't worry. It comes from real people, so that's why I know about it. It's like you learn about the specific things from teachers and stuff like that, which my mom was one of. Can you? No, don't do that. I wanted to hit you more. I had to wear the uniform for a few years. Oh, that's right. You did go to the same high school as me. You would have known. Yeah, you need to tuck shirts in no matter what but no one did. And funny story, the reason that they did, at least in my school, is in case someone was carrying a weapon. Ah. I mean, I guess. I don't know. Either way, I mean, it still sounds silly to me. I'm not a huge fan of uniforms personally. Like, I get it, I guess, but not really. It's totally a military thing. I guarantee it. People are forced to wear uniforms because the military forced them to wear uniforms. And then people are like, that teaches respect. And then, like, you know, whatever. Oh, God, you're right. Damn, your 3-year-old would carry a weapon, lol. I'm aware I'm right. Uniforms are totally a military thing. Sorry, just give me 1 second here. There we go. But anyway, uniforms remove individuality. I agree. I mean, like, I don't know. People look at me and they go, wow, you're really like an individual. And part of that has to do with like me having long hair, for example. I like my long hair. And that's why I grow it out. A lot of my shirts are graphic tees because that's what I like. And it kind of showcases the things that I like. Stream stuff is good. Going to lurk now. Thank you, Austin's Art. I did change a bunch of stream settings recently. If you guys notice a better quality and like the stream just looking good, that's what's going on. Who said that? Oh God. It's room order. So next is me. Anyway, sorry, I totally got distracted by the people who are not in chat right now. Hunting with the randoms is such a hit or miss. I feel that. I'm wearing a tux if I get married. I don't give a fuck. Just a flex. I mean, tuxes are nice. I like wearing tuxes. But you know what? I'd also be down to wear a dress. Whatever felt more fitting. You know, for me, it's kind of whatever. To each their own. Item sets. We're gonna carry something. I don't know. What item set am I using? Is it this one? Yes, that looks right-ish. Oh no, I'm getting sober. I need to drink more. My PFP in Discord is a fat cat with a tux, so you already know. That's totally fair. Mine is James on a unicycle. It could literally go anywhere. Also, I'm wearing a tux at my wedding. I mean, again, tuxes are cool. I thought about the dress thing, but I don't know. Between the pink hair and the tits, and I'm ready to eat up any tux. Plus, I already own one. You see, that's fair. I don't know. For me, it's finding somebody to wed first, and then I'll worry about all the details. Man, that pit is just stuck in there. Can't do anything about that. Well, for me, it's being legally able to get married. Disability sucks, and that's even if I get on it. Yeah. No, that sucks. For sure. I had a tux and rushed me to do things, shattered all the buttons on it with my closet. Oh, no. See, I definitely have a few suits, but not a tux. I ended up renting a really nice one for prom back in high school. But as a result of that, I just didn't own one. I could have gotten a much cheaper one at the time and like been able to keep it for years, but I didn't. Besides, I grew it after like 2 months after that. See, that's also a thing. You got to be very careful about that one. I owned a nice one because of the orchestra shit. Oh yeah, no, see, that's totally fair. Again, I just wore suits. And like, they were nice, they fit me, but like, it's a little different for sure than a tux. I do pants for it though. Everyone has a skinny tux pants now. I know, I miss being able to fit into skinny shirts now. I'm working on being able to do that again, I think. Yes, full charge. God, I hope that we don't do anything too difficult tonight, because I can barely think. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, big swing. I don't care what you say, but skinny jeans are the best type of jeans. Oh yeah, I'm hella of a fan of the skinny jeans generation. See, I don't know. I love baggy cargo pants. Baggy cargo pants for me is like where it's at. That's like part of my regular. Maybe one day I'll get huge on Twitch and you guys can see me in person on TwitchCon and realize like who I am. But we'll see. I just wish that they would stop messing with pants. Like, I want to wear pants without worrying about it. Also fair. It took me years to figure out the pants. Man, that pit is like either huge or just crammed in there. I cannot seem to get it out with my teeth. I'm afraid I'm actually going to break a tooth trying to gnaw it out. Oh man, mid-2000s was the era of guys wearing skinny jeans. It's funny, my mom actually always told me that my uncle, which is her brother, was wearing skinny jeans back in the 80s. And he, like, everybody was like, oh my God, why would you do that? And then literally it just became like the most popular style of clothing. For like the like the mid 2000s, like late 90s. Mm. Mm. Which, according to her, my uncle got all the ladies. They were all insane, but all the ladies. Wow, I just walked into that. Sorry. Getting things out of my mouth. Oh my God, this Astros. This guy is huge, for the record. Baba went smooth brain, lol. My brain is going to be hella smooth for this stream, just for the record. I'm slightly not entirely here. What? He backstepped me? How dare he? One, two, three. Come on, take that step forward. Oh, no. But yeah, no. Skinny jeans, like, I can wear them. They're just really uncomfortable to me. I really like cargo pants. Really baggy cargo pants. That's like it. That's where it's at for me. Astros turned on wrinkle brain. Probably. Ow. He saw me charging behind him. He was like, yeah, no. Let me booty blast him. Ah! Bad dodge. One, two. Cannot hit this guy at all right now. There we go. Big slice. Do it again. Could not do it again. That's okay. Oh, no. That was a perfect time to eat some peach. After this hunt, I'm actually going to try and go to sleep again. All right. Well, thanks for coming out for at least a little bit on Melodic. I hope the evening treats you well. I hope you get plenty of sleep, lots of good dreams, all that stuff. And I hope I catch you again soon. I mean, tomorrow I plan on playing Celeste, but I'm going to try and play more Monster Hunter this week. I promise. I haven't played Monster Hunter in like 2 weeks, so I feel like I need to get back into it. Just a little bit. Especially for the speedrun thing that's going to be happening soonish-ish. So. Technically good morning because it's 12:02 a.m. Morning doesn't start until the sun rises. That's my belief. But good night, Melodic. Thanks for popping in. Also, I just finished up your fruit, so. There we go. I think I need to stop buying peaches because they're either like bad or they're like, when I say bad, I mean like overly ripe or really underripe. Like this one had absolutely no flavor to it. I don't know, I've also been eating like a ridiculous amount of candy recently though, so maybe my taste buds just don't have any kind of flavor for natural fruit. All right, here we go. P2, your turn. Count with me, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we send it, so that way he's here. Man, don't you love it when your phone just blows up all of a sudden? I don't even know why it's doing it. I feel like I'm one of those people who like very rarely picks up their phone, and like most of the time I'm like, why are you calling me? Wow. Well, we got an open spot if anybody wants it. Feel free to grab it. Also, if anybody wants to join us, let me know now. That way when a spot opens up, I can reserve it for you guys and like call you guys out in chat. But for the most part, it's going to be like, you know, we're just letting randos kind of come in here and post things, and we're just going to do quests over and over again. It'll be great. Maybe. Up to you, man. I leave it entirely up to you. I'm playing the wrong Monster Hunter game. No! We're going to be playing so much World once Rise comes out. You don't understand. Rise is World. I view them as the same game, except like one's going to completely delete Generations. I'm going to get so much fun out of this game while I still can. I'm not saying that you should, but like that's the reason why I still play it. I could be playing World right now, but I choose not to because this game is so much more fun to me, and I'm not going to get to come back to it anytime soon because Rise is going to be awesome. Man, that is rough. Let's see, we're fighting this monster again, aren't we? So that means it probably spawns somewhere over here-ish. Ish. Actually, this might be the long way. Oh yeah, this is definitely the long way. That's all right. I've committed. We've committed! And without commitment, there is nothing. But yeah, no. My schedule got changed yesterday from work. I was supposed to get all of tomorrow off, and now all of a sudden I don't have all of tomorrow off, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Also, I was not told about this by like any of my supervisors, so I gotta let them know about this. Because if somebody else, like, if I didn't go like rock climbing with one of my coworkers today, I would have never found out I had work tomorrow. I just wouldn't have showed up because I know what my schedule is for the rest of this week. People gotta tell me things. Like, I don't know. For me, communication is like one of the keys of like making everything work. If you're not communicating with somebody, it ain't working. I'm sorry. That's how it goes. Come on, get up, Babotosh. There we go. Hit him with all those. Like, I don't know. I feel like lately I've talked to so many people, and they're just like, I don't understand. Like, how can I tell people that, like, or like, how can I, like, let them know that, like, I'm not okay with this? I'm like, have you tried talking to them and letting them know that you're not okay with this? It's like the very basic things to do. Can I get the mount, please? I would love to get this man's mount. Alright, let's fire off a supernova here. That looks good. He'll probably be within range. Maybe. Yeah, that totally hit. What is that animation? It looks terrible. Let me get that mount. No? Okay, okay. Fine, fine, fine. I respect that. Oh, let me get that mount. Good scream. Gonna knock you on the ground. What was it? So I had a thing earlier today that happened when I was playing, when I was setting up stream. I was looking for Monster Hunter as like a tag, and I found Monster Hunter Generations. However, I found another game called Monster Prom. And I totally misread that and read it as monster porn. And my mind was like, you're able to stream monster porn on Twitch? Like, that sounds totally wrong. it like almost immediately went up as like a consideration for a stream. Just because like, if Twitch allows it, why not go for it? But I totally misread it. Come on, get up here. There you are. Big monster. Ah, big scream. Come on, get in there. Yes, yes. Ow. Come on, hit him with this. Don't let him escape. I'll let him escape. It was worthless. He is cappable, though. I might just throw it on a trap and cap him. I've got all the materials for it. Might as well, right? Just get this fight over with. Hello, man. Come at me. Oh, don't just stop there. Come on, go all the way. Thank you. Easy hunt. I don't know. I definitely find it interesting. Like, this is like easily one of the most game-friendly games in terms of like cooperating with other people from different countries and languages that you don't speak. Like, I don't know. It's just like you can play the game solo if you want to, but a lot of people just kind of understand what it is that you're trying to do. Like, every time it's like, oh, I'm making a noise at this specific point in the fight. Like, any kind of noise. And people, like, understand what that means. Like, if the quest just starts and you ping, that means this is where the monster is. If it's near the end of a quest and the monster, like, you've been fighting a monster for, like, anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes, that means, hey, I'm going to trap it. Which also means I'm going to try and cap it. If the music just straight up stops and they're pinging, then that means that the monster's asleep. Please listen to me because I want to sleep bomb it. But that one's actually one of the more hidden messages. Very few people get that one. All right, Austin, it's your turn. Austin. Your turn. Oh, he got it. He just knows. He was ready for it. Oh, here we go. Hello, welcome. We got classy ass in here. I'm a fan of classy ass. Let me go ahead and pick up my my gun lance. Yes, gun lance. That's the name of the gun. Lance. Thing. There we go. Change style / arts. We're gonna go with triple AA flare just so that we can knock the monster out of the air. We're gonna go with sleep bomb gun lance, which should have all the items with it, with the exception of one. Well, aren't you famous? Not really. I'm not that fan. There we go. Not really, but if you're interested. That's kind of like the beauty of just like doing, I don't know. That's part of the reason why I like Twitch streaming. You don't have to come and watch me, but you know, you can. And it could be fun. To each their own. It's just a matter of, you know, being nice to people, I guess. Enjoying the community. See, where is this guy? That's right. It's a Dread King, so he likes to hang out around here-ish. I think. Yes? Yes. Okay. For a second, I was like, am I just not functioning properly? Am I stroking out? Can I not figure out where the monster is all of a sudden? I was very concerned. Ah, please don't hit me with that. Oh, looks like somebody's out there fighting the Glavenus. Ow! Classy ass is fighting the Glavenus. That's what's going on. Ah! Oh, that's right. This is G4. They actually do damage. Let me out of the corner. Let me out of the corner. Ah! There we go. What was it? The other day I was actually watching somebody fight this monster with Gunlance. And they were doing the EX version of it, and it was very impressive to watch. Like, soloing EX, trying to get like a world record on it, it was, I don't know, it was kind of just amazing to watch. I was very much enjoying it. I don't know, it's funny, there's so many MHDU streamers out there, and it's like, I feel like I've already talked to so many of them, and it's like, I haven't even come close to scratching the surface of the number of people who, you know, just decide to stream this game and have a good time doing so. And they like stream exclusively this game. That's the part that blows my mind. It's like, I'm one of the few like variety kind of streamers that I know who actually plays Monster Hunter, but like most people, they're just like, yeah, no, Monster Hunter all the way. And it's like props to them. What am I doing? Where's he going? I can't think anymore. I'm not seeing patterns, I'm just reacting to things at this point. I don't know, this game is so patterny to, like, you know, you kind of like learn to understand what to look out for, what the monster's doing, stuff like that. And it's like, I'm not doing any of that right now. Oh, that's he's taking off. That is a pattern I definitely recognize. Swoops around. Tail swipe. I really want to see if I can hit him in the air with this AA flare, but we'll see. Just because. Come on, man. Do it. Take off. Ah! Amazing. Ow! I don't know who knocked him out of the air, but I'm impressed. It's one of those things that people are like just trying to make me do one night, and I spent as much time as possible trying to knock the monster out of the air, with no success. Like, just none. Oh my god. Please let me heal. Please stop looking at me. Wait for him to do his thing. Get up slow. Slow and steady, man. Come on, man. Take off. Fine. No! Big whiffs. Come on, get in there. Yes, there we go. And this monster's not playing friendly at all. I can see why like people heavily like underrate Dread King. And when I say underrate, bird up. Hello, Polytron. How you doing tonight? I can see why people dislike this monster so much. He just spends most of his time flying all over the place. I don't even remember where I rated him. I think the last time I did something Monster Hunter related, it was the Monster Hunter tier list stream. Oh god, let me out of here, please. Ah! There's so many things happening, I can't see any of it. How's the night treating you though? I don't think I asked you yet. I'm hoping everything is good. You're more than welcome to join us if a spot ever opens up. Right now I'm just kind of playing with randos, all kinds of just new people. Most of my regulars are just not here tonight, I guess. Just going through and say hi. That's totally fair. I do the same thing all the time. It's what I have time for these days. It's like if I've got the time, I'm either, you know, playing a game or I'm streaming. And, you know, if I ain't got the time, I'm at work because I ain't got the time. I will lurk though. All right, sounds good to me. Where's this guy going? That way? He went to a gross room. Gotta spread the love and help the viewer count up. I greatly appreciate that. But you know, it's always you just keep doing it, man. You do your thing, and hopefully one day enough people will be like, "Hey, I like the thing that you do." That's what it boils down to for a lot of what I do personally. I'm a little bit like, I was heavily debating streaming Celeste, but then I made dinner, and I thought, you know what, dinner's more important than streaming tonight. At least streaming Celeste. Despite how addicted I am to Celeste, like, you don't understand, that's all I want to do these days. But you know, I still wanted to stream tonight. I made dinner and I went, you know what, I still want to play other games. Oof. That was unfortunate. You know what it is? I got a new chair. I'm not used to the new chair. I'm going to blame the chair on that one. Did I bring max potions? I did. What a good little Babotosh. I don't know, it's funny. I talk about myself a lot in the third person, but I think it's also just to help me remember that, like, remind me who I am, I guess. Or at least keep me and the stream separate a little bit. Because, like, you know, I act myself on stream. That's kind of what I enjoy doing, because it's the easiest thing for me to do. People always tell me, it's like, you're lazy, but in, like, the most effective way possible. And I'm like, yes. 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 That's how I prefer for it to be. You know, I work hard so that way I can be extra lazy later on. But, I don't know. Streaming is the exact same way. I try and keep, like, you know, I try and just be myself on stream, because hopefully that's good enough for other people. But I also still try to keep, you know, Babotosh and, you know, my name separate a little bit, because, you know, there's a level of, please don't explode on me. There's like a level of, I believe, separation that should happen. There's a level of personability that, like, should belong to either only me or to, like, only, like, very close friends. And as much as I would like to consider all of you in chat my very close friend, we'll get there one day. There we go. Finally got the mount. I think tonight might be an aerial bow night. That's what I'm thinking. I should spend all my time mounting monsters, methinks. Come on, let me finish this mount, dude. There we go. Oh my god. That had no reason being that close. just for the record. Sorry, Austin. Reload. Man, Classy Ass is just over there taking on Glavenus. Looks like he's going this away. Go. Come on. Go down. I dare you to take off. Do it. If you won't do it, I'm just gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you very hard. Oh wait, here it is. No! 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 All I want to do is knock you out of the air with air A flare, but oh well. Such a shame. Void explosions. I'm tempted to sharpen, but I think we can take care of this monster first. God. This monster is really being just such a pain. I can't believe I got hit by that. I'm gonna just sit down here dead for a second. I'm at 1 health. Come on, get out of there, please. There we go. Woo! I feel like I don't really deserve to be alive, but I am, so you know what, we take it. Come on, man, go down, please. All right, now I'm just bouncing. Now I need to actually sharpen my weapon. Like when this is happening, this is, yeah, no. Less than okay. Easy sharpen. Ah! Oh, he's sleeping. There we go. He was close enough to death. I figured that would do the trick. That leaves me fully charged for the next swing at Glavenus when I get the chance. All right, off to Glavenus we go. How do I get out of here? Is it this spider web? Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, man. Yeah, definitely going to go get my water glass after this. Like, the tea is good. Tea is good. But, like, water is kind of king. Like, water will always be the king of hydration. Like, it's just the purest form of the substance that you need to live. What else is there? Oh, come on. Where do you think you're going? Hopefully somewhere just barely far enough away so I can pour myself another glass of tea here. There we go. Yeah. Avoid that. Go in. Hit him hard. Yes. Yes. Side step. Block nonsense. Good nonsense block. Ooh, schmancy. This calls for a celebratory Wyvern Blast. Comboing into Dragon Dash, which, oh my god, or Blast Dash, I should say. Oh my god, what was Classy Ass doing? I gotta look at their set after this. They were just slapping this monster. There we go. Trying to find my things. I'm really, like, forgetting controls today. It's been so long since the last time I played this game. It's just not working out for me. I mean, I'm glad I'm getting back to it, because, believe me, I love this game. And, you know, Monster Hunter is like the game I plan on streaming for a while. Maybe one day I'll be able to branch out just beyond Monster Hunter, but as of right now, Monster Hunter is kind of where it's at, because I love this game. But, you know. Definitely got to be streaming this game more. Can't be getting this rusty again. All right, give me just one quick second while I go get some more water, because that's something I need. All right, I'm back. You know, I always thought that was something I'd really miss, which was, so back where I used to live, I used to have a sink, like, literally right behind me. And I thought that was something I'd end up missing, because when I moved, I was like, you know, this is, like, one of the few things I actually enjoy about this current place I live in. Everything else was totally miserable, but that one thing was pretty good. And then I moved here, and I still have a sink in my room. And I'm like, this is good. Everything that the one thing that I thought I'd miss, I no longer miss because I still have it. Answer mortar. There we go. Gotta keep people knowing. In the loop. Keep people in the loop. All right, you know, let's do some aerial bow. Haven't done that in a hot minute. Definitely enjoy it. Where is it? Chaos bow. It's funny. This is like the first set that I used ever on Twitch. Like heavy bowgun is where my heart lies. Don't get me wrong. Like, I absolutely love the heavy bowgun, but this is like the first weapon that I used on Twitch, and people were popping in being like, I've never seen this used before. And I was like, yeah, no, it's kind of great. Of course, like, you can't say, like, it's never been used before. People use all kinds of sets all over the place, but, like, aerial bow is one of those ones that's just, like, not super common. And I appreciate it for that. Why would you even do aerial bowgun? I mean, have you seen me run aerial bowgun? It's pretty amazing. This is just a bow. This is like bow and arrow. But like, I don't normally run like my classic is guild style bow gun, which is just like you on the ground with a gun. Although the one that I've been having the most fun with is aerial bow gun. Oh, exciting, no doubt. It's silly. Like the physics of it is very, very silly, but like in actual execution, like just using it, it's a fun weapon to use. Hit it till it dies. Will do. That's the voice of somebody with a classy ass. Hit it till it dies. All right, we're going to take him out. Scrub spotted. You know, funny enough, this might be the most toxic Monster Hunter player I've ever met. But, like, at the same time, I really don't care. I just think it's, like, the weirdest combo on a conceptual level. Oh, no, it definitely is. That's why I built it. I thought the exact same thing. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's make the weirdest thing work. And I totally did. I mean, I've already used it twice this stream, but like, I'll definitely show it off more if you want me to, because it is. So yeah, that's it. So like, it's like the recoil of you drawing the bowstring sends you higher up in the air. It's so silly. And then because you're doing all these shots from the air and you're above the monster, it gives you more opportunities to mount the thing. And it's so silly and not okay. And then as a games concept, right? As like the way just the game functions, very few monsters have hitboxes that are up in the air like this. So you can just kind of bounce through hitboxes. Like you can just dodge out of hitbox and not die or get hit or anything. It's very silly. Like as long as you actually hit the monster with that dodge, you're like perfectly fine. Oh. Yeah, this guy's nearly done. Easy fight for sure. But yeah, no, I absolutely love... This is like... I remember making this concept. In fact, so fun fact, I actually thought of this concept for you when I tried to get you into Monster Hunter Lane. And for those of you who don't know, Lane doesn't play Monster Hunter. But like, I was thinking to myself, I could just run really silly sets while we played together, because I'm pretty competent at this game. I can run pretty much whatever I want and not die. Hence why I have like the, oh yeah, you can just pick my style, or you can just pick my weapon, or stuff like that. It's because I have enough confidence in myself to just, you know, do decently with whatever the game offers me because of base mechanics. It's like being willing to play any character in Smash because you have a really good neutral game. That's what I have in this game. But that being said, aerial bow was one of the first weird concepts that I was like, you know, this could be really fun. Yeah, I know. I love that about you. I can't even play video games anymore. I want you to be able to play video games in like the future Lane. I really do. I miss playing games with you. But yeah, no. So that was I was like, you know, this could really work. And fair enough, it works way too well. It's been like a month. It feels like it's been like several months, but it feels like it's been forever. I miss it. I miss it a lot. But also, I don't want you to be in pain. So, you know, it's a everything. I mean, it's been a straight month of no video games. Oh, I see. But yeah, no. It's another cup of tea. That was Classy Ass's post, so that means I get to pick something, I guess. Also, I think that might have been somebody leaving the hub. If somebody, I don't know. Never stood a chance. Indeed. How do you spell indeed? Is it two E's? I guess so. Let's see, what do I want to post? I'm still like working on a number of quests just to get done. A lot of these are not fun to do. That's part of the reason why they're not done yet. In fact, most of these are not fun to do. That's why they're not done yet. Oh, come on. I gotta have something that isn't a 2 or... Nope, I don't. Everything is hard. We're doing this one, I guess. What are we hunting? More. We're hunting more of this monster. Just getting these quests out of the way. What is it now? It's February, right? That still means I have like a month and a half to get all of these quests just completely done and out of the way. I'm going to have to play this game off a stream quite a bit, I think. But, you know. That's what the Discord is for. If anybody wants to play games off a stream when I'm not streaming all together, or even without me or with me, that's what the Discord is for. Oh my god. I am very, very intoxicated. Like trying my best not to be sick. Although hopefully I don't think I'd ever get drunk on stream again like that. There was one time when I just like totally drank way too much, and I don't ever plan on doing that again. So ever since then I've been like heavily watching myself, because that was no bueno. Hello, Bull. Goodbye, Bull. Worst monster in the game. Hate that guy. Not a fan. Nah, that bull is like well known for just charging you whenever you're trying to do anything. Hey, I'm trying to run. The monster's like, no, you can't run. I'm trying to swing a weapon. No, you can't swing a weapon. I'm trying to not get hit. Nah, you're getting hit. I'm trying to get hit. No, you're not getting hit. Like that bull actually like will just ruin your day. God, I'm tired. Give me another mount. God, Rise is going to be so exciting. Like, I am so excited to play that game. Excuse me. Oh, he hit me. I can't believe he hit me from up there. Oh, that's a mount. Gimme. Oh my god. Dranger with the raid of 10. Hello. How are you doing? How was stream? All of that good stuff. Oi, Babo. Oi, Dranger. The Dranger raid. I heavily appreciate it, Dranger. Thank you so much. Hopefully the stream was well. I'm running the classic heavy bow and also very much so drunk. But, you know, I almost played this weapon. I can play this weapon nearly inverted. So, like, you know, this is nothing. It's like Mario Kart over here. Of course, buddy. Ah, please don't hit me. But yeah, no, how was your stream? Whoa, area bow looks cool. It's very cool. It's kind of dumb. Stream was quite fun. Were you just playing Monster Hunter? Also, for those of you who haven't already followed Dranger, please go follow Dranger because super cool, fun guy. I've done streams with Dranger and he's just loads of fun. Thank you for the mount. What's your drink of choice? Tonight is wine, but that's because I made lasagna. So like the wine. So okay. Here's what happened. There's a whole story to this. The recipe that I use calls for a quarter of a cup of wine, like red wine, so that way you can make the sauce a little bit less sweet and all that stuff. It like adds the flavor, it makes it bold. That's how I describe it. However, I did not have a thing to uncork the wine with because I moved 2 weeks ago. So as a result of that, I have a whole bottle of wine that I've just been slowly sipping on, like the whole night. You said wine. I did say wine. Wine is a great choice. Yeah, it was great Monster Hunter stream. Or Mohan stream? I love this game so dang much. I do too. This game is... Oh, I'm going to miss it so much once Rise comes out. That same thing happened to me. Had no corkscrew. Yeah, so well, here's what happened, right? I didn't have a corkscrew, and I didn't have it at the time while I was making lasagna. So I was like, okay, can't make lasagna with the wine. It's going to be a sweet lasagna. Great lasagna, still sweet. But I asked my roommate if he could bring home, like, I was like, hey, do you have a thing to uncork anything? And he's like, no, we don't. And I'm like, fantastic. And he was still at work. So we went ahead and picked up one. And so now I have a whole bottle of wine here to just slowly sip on. And it's definitely done a number to me. Also, if any of you are interested in hunting with me, please let me know. I will guarantee an open spot for you the next time one opens up. Can't guarantee when that will be, but, you know, it'll happen. I promise. Currently, we're hunting with randos. There's a lot of people just kind of popping in and out. You know, that's the way it goes in Monster Hunter, especially with randos. And, you know, I'm okay with that. You know, I used to play with randos all the time. You know, like, okay, so people, I watch a lot of TF2, for the record. And I play a decent amount of TF2 these days because I like TF2. It's a fun game. And it's something that I've, like, always looked forward to being able to play once I had a computer that could play it. Oh, what are we hunting? It better not be Fatalis. A Cantor. Ooh. Ooh? Ooh. Ooh? Ooh. You know, we're gonna run aerial bow. I could die instantly. That's okay. But yeah, so like I watch a lot of people play I watch a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people play what was the game? TF2, right. And one of the things that I always thought was interesting is people always like referred to the idea of just popping into like casual matches as, you know, pubbing. They were just like I'm sure that says Astralos, but it has the word ass in it. Anyway, so yeah, they just refer to it as pubbing because you go around and you hop in a hub of just random people and you play games with them for 3 hours and then you're like, okay, that's good. And then you head home, like you're done. This was always my pub game. I would just boot up Monster Hunter whenever I was like just wanted to do something for the next hour and a half, and it had to be, and I wanted to be video game related. I'd boot up Monster Hunter, I'd play Monster Hunter for like, I don't know, an amount of time. And it was like my pub game. Oh, lurk. One day we'll set that up, Dranger, I promise you. And so that's what it's been to me. So like my whole Monster Hunter career getting OSRS ready. I don't know what that is. But yeah, so no, my whole Monster Hunter career has just been playing with randos. And occasionally I'll find like a group of randos who are like playing in a Discord call, and I'll join in with them and we can play in Discord together, and that's always fun. Oh my god. OMG, wait, you play? Me too. There we go. OSRS is the game I play all the time, Babo. Old school RuneScape, Babo. Oh, I gotcha. You guys should play together. Me, I play Phantasy Star. That's the game I've been playing recently. It is unhealthy, my friends. I tell you. I'm gonna do a Phantasy Star stream at some point. It's not gonna be fun. I promise you. Can I please para this monster? Please. Please para. Come on, I got one more hit here. Para. I was unsuccessful. I used 20 para coatings and none of them parried it. The premier medieval cookie clicker. Yeah, I can see that. Jesus, what a jerk. He came running at me. I was like, nah. I jumped off of him. I don't know. I was actually thinking about a concept. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm a longtime LARPer. I absolutely love LARPing. It's like one of my favorite things to do. Am I dead? No. Okay, it's just fire damage. That's cool. But like one of the things that like I was always well known for is I'm a very fast swinger. And B, I'm not committed, like, at all to anything. But as a result of that, I've always thought to myself, you know, I've wondered if I could just spend my time focusing on the opponent's sword and just trying my best not to get hit by that and just swinging from any position that I'm in. And now I live with people who would, like, be willing to, like, make that work. That can be taken out of context. Okay, you're right. My bad. Feel free to take it out of context. Ooh, hello, Outcast Chronicles. How are you doing tonight? I'm currently mounting a Cantor. Get on the ground. I missed it. Darn it. That's all right. If a spot opens up, you're more than welcome to join us. All right, I'm almost out of the ability to do damage. I got like maybe 25. Oh, please don't hit me with that. Totally hit me with it. Darn it. Oh, that's actually really dangerous. I could die. While he's doing that, let me see if I can fish up an adamant seed. Might seed. Dragonfell berry. Come on, adamant seed. Herb. Nope. Oh, no, there's none of those. Oh, he spawned over there. Oh, that's dangerous. Ready? Superman dive. Oh, yeah, I couldn't do it. It's a miracle I'm alive after getting hit by that. I am immortal. You know who else is immortal? Niedric. But yeah. No, if you're interested in playing with me, just let me know. And the next time a spot opens up, I will reserve that spot to you. I promise. I will kick whoever shows up, so that way you can pop in here and play it. Because, you know, you're actually here. Ow, that did a lot of damage. That wasn't even, like, he didn't even do anything. I just happened to be standing in the wrong spot while he was doing a move. But, like, the startup didn't matter. Jesus Christ. You ever just, like, really wish you could burp, but you can't? That is currently me right now. Just really wishing I could burp and, like, not being able to. You know what's funny is, like, being able to phrase that, I now feel like I'm like a baby. Like, you know how, like, people will pet babies on the back to help them burp easier? You know what I mean? That's totally what it is. You can burp yourself like a baby. Do some chest percussion. See, there you go. Yeah, you got it immediately. It's just a feeling I never thought I'd have to experience again as an adult. But here we are, currently experiencing the feeling as an adult. Please don't hit me with that. Oh! Oh, that's right. I have a whole bunch of regular potions. Oh. Oh, is that why I'm not insta-dying? Oh, this is high rank, isn't it? Oh, that makes way more sense. I totally thought I was just dying all the time. There we go. Easy hunt. Aerial bow saves the day again. As it do. Nah, I think I got it out. But anyway. Gonna enjoy myself some tea. That's some good tea. God. It's the tea I got from Valentine's Day from my roommate, and it's been delicious. It's the only mint tea I've ever enjoyed. Have I told you about the pine needle tea? You've told me about it, but you haven't told me how to make it, and I'm a little upset. I want to make your pine needle tea. Please teach me. I hope it's something that you're willing to share. I have a really good ginger tea. You just like, okay, so there's like 8 pine trees you have to rule out. Oh my God. I'm excited now. This is exciting. But you just have to make sure it's a safe pine tree, okay? and then it's unlimited free tea. Oh, okay. Gotcha. How do you how do you rule out pine trees? If you don't mind me asking. Is it trial and error? Do I have to just like try a specific pine tree and go like, okay, diary from that one, don't drink the tea from that one, and then try another pine tree? Is that what the system is like? Or is it more sophisticated than that? I hope it's more sophisticated than that. You know, like you identify it, but I'm shit at that, so I looked up all the bad kinds and made sure it wasn't that. Oh, hell no. Please don't do that. Also, we have 2 open spots now if anybody's interested in joining us. You know, because that happened. Okay, noted. Will not do that. Let me stretch out my back a little bit. I'm just like, I guess I'm curious. Well. Oh, and Classy Ass is also out of here. I'm also amazed that they got away with, like, ass as a thing. So we have 3 open spots if anybody cares to join me. It's best to know exactly what kind of tree it is, but most pine trees are good, so you can just narrow it down. Okay, gotcha. Well, you know, I'll give it a shot. If you send me a link, I will do my best to be like, okay, good pine tree, good pine, bad pine, good pine, bad pine. And I'll find a good pine tree. Again, if anybody wants to join us for some Monster Hunter, please let me know in chat, because we got 3 open spots, and I'm looking for anybody to play with. You can also just pop in using the hub ID up in that corner. You know the one. That's accurate. I always change that before stream because, you know, I care about you guys. And there's no password. We're just playing with whoever shows up. If anybody shows up. How come you don't have any virtual stream pets? What do you mean virtual stream pets? I got this one right here. Do you see him? He's my little palico. I have been thinking about getting a real pet recently. So there's I want a cat. If I'm being perfectly honest, I want a cat. And the reason for that is because I can't take care of a dog. But I can take care of a cat, no problem. And I recently went to a cat cafe nearby in my town where, like, you can adopt all the cats. And there's one by the name of Slinky, and she was really nice and sweet and had a very grumpy looking face. And I don't know, I've been kind of obsessed. Like, I literally have dreams, and this cat is in my dreams. And I'm like, oh my god, I want it. Also, just OMG, go to her. I gotta double check with my roommates to make sure that they're okay with the cat. One of them is talking about getting a dog. But, like, you know, I've heard that cats and dogs can live in, like, harmony if you just do it right, I guess. I don't know. I actually do have to go and, like, I should really go and check because, you know, okay, so they have, like a little statistic out front. And one of the statistics that they had, no, the dog will totally try to eat your cat. Yep, that's what I thought. Worrisome. But, like, the shop was like, oh yeah, we've, like, given away 804 cats since we've opened. They've only been open for 2 years. But you just make sure the cat has a place to retreat to. Oh yeah, for sure. No, there's lots of places where the cat will be able to chill, I hope. I live in a very, very tall very tall house, I should say. So, you know. Also, we don't have a dog yet. It's very possible I just end up getting a cat and they're like, you know, I like this cat. We don't need another pet. But definitely want a cat. My dad's also allergic to cats. That's the other thing. But, like, you know, some cats go up high. Some go under things. Some you have to just shut in your room. This is a cat that likes to go up high. I guarantee it. Because, again, I saw it in its natural environment with, like, 11 other cats. It was, like, it was just chilling. Like, up high, kind of perched. I thought it was, like, a mean cat. And then, like, I went up and petted or went up to pet her, and she was just like so okay with it. And I was like, yes, 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 yes. A cat that knows all, a cat that's like grumpy but like still content. Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds like an up high cat. Yeah, for sure. No, and I'd love to have some areas where she can just like chill out. But, you know, I think if I get the cat first and then I get stuff for the cat first, and then if they get a dog, we'll be fine. I don't know. That's a whole system. You know how it is. But I would love to have a cat and then like be able to just have cat on stream if possible whenever she just wants to be pet, because, you know, I like petting cats. I like having pet in my lap while I play games, and I can, you know, enjoy the snuggles of a cat or any kind of like, you know, cute little pet furry creature thing. Man, not a lot of people playing Monster Hunter tonight, I guess. I'm just like, you know, chilling in this hub alone. Anybody's welcome to join me, by the way. But like, you know, again, I'm going to keep saying it. Just the way the world knows. The world is available to, you know, playing games. But here we are. Also, new installment to the household, to the Babotosh home. I actually went out and I bought a keyboard. It's a new thing. You can see it here, the keyboard. And it's something that like I've actually really missed having, is a keyboard in my house. Because like, okay, first off, I'm a singer, for those of you who don't know. And like being able to just have access to a sound, like a noise, like being able to play like scales on this thing is so nice. Especially when you're just trying to learn music, or like being able to practice music on a keyboard, like right here. It just changes my world. It makes it easier for me to be able to do things. Like, I don't know. It was something I kind of splurged on. Somebody on like Facebook was like, hey, I'm getting rid of a keyboard. And I was like, you're getting rid of a keyboard? Is it good? And they were like, it's all right. And I'm like, does it have these 3 things? And they're like, it's got 2 of those 3 things. So I'm like, good enough for me. I'm getting it. Welcome. I miss having a keyboard. Oh my God. Yeah, same. I mean, accordion is good, but it's not the same as a keyboard. Feel free to post. There we go. It's funny. I love how Monster Hunter kind of like almost figure out what it is I'm trying to say to people. And I greatly appreciate that, because it makes my life easier when I'm trying to just tell people things. Here's the menu. Okay, cool. Melding pot. Oh, claim talisman. Look at all these talisman I can claim. That's not good. 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 That's no, no. Nope. Nope. No. 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 Yes. Yes. No. 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 You know, I should have been doing this earlier when, like, nobody was in the hub. Just a thought. That's an 8+. That's bad. Bad. Good, good, good. Bad, bad. Bad, bad, bad. Bad, bad, bad. Bad, bad, bad. Bad, bad, bad. Expose midriff for no reason. That character is so me, lol. I like this character a lot. She's actually from one of the earlier games, and that's part of the reason. For those of you who don't know, I'm a huge, like, nostalgia person. Like, you can just be like, yo, nostalgia? And I'll be like, nostalgia? Like, yeah, hell yeah. Like, if you guys ever, like, pop in here, if I ever become famous and be like, yo, remember the good old days? I'll be like, oh, my God, the good old days. You'll hit me hard, for the record. Quartz has entered the hub. Welcome. Robot. You can post welcome. I hope this music isn't like infuriating anybody. Also, I hope the sound is loud enough. That looks very quiet. I don't think anybody can hear that. Let's do this. Yeah, I agree. Let's do this. Does Robot not know who he is? I think I can hear everything fine. Do you have? Okay, I'm glad that you can hear everything fine. I just I'm worried that like the game is too loud or like the game is too soft and people can't hear things. You know, it's just general issues that I'm always worried about. Also, I went ahead and adjusted a lot of my settings. I'm hoping that the game is just like crazy clear now. If okay, it's all internet dependent, obviously, whether or not like you can see things clearly. But like I'm really trying to make sure that like every time I like go back to my recordings, they look like garbage, and I'm like, why do they look like garbage? I don't get it. So I'm trying to just make things look nicer, and hear better and all that stuff. The mic that I currently have, major improvement compared to my old mics. Like the old mics were fine. Still unlocking the main quest. Go for it. God, this quest is a nightmare, actually. I know exactly what quest this is. It's like hyper silver and like... It's a nightmare quest. Also... This is not it. No, it's not. It's a G4 quest. It's gold and silver at the same time. It's this one. Tragedy in silver and gold, I think. Oh, yep. Oh, okay. Okay. I love that. When we're like kind of half dancing around each other, it's like, oh no, you go, no, you go, no, you go. I insist. I don't know, fun moments. Does this have dung bombs? It really needs dung bombs if we're doing this quest. It does not. Now it does. Wait, what? Wait. Wait. What's going on, Robot G? Are we doing your quest or are we doing mine? This is okay. Sure. We can do your quest. I really don't care. We just gotta pick one, man. This is the issue with pubbing. This is the issue. Everything is fine for the most part. I'll crush you with love. Oh, I love that name. But like communication is so rough. Honestly, that's part of the reason why I love streaming. It's just like it makes communication so easy. You can just be like, "Hey, post," and then like, 15 seconds later they post. It's an easy thing to do. I feel like. I don't know. But, you know, to each their own. Like, believe me, this is how I grew up. I didn't have Twitch chat when I started pubbing in Monster Hunter. I just, you know, I just went around and played games, and you know, it was fine. Sometimes you get a hub full of people, you cart 3 times, and everybody leaves. Sometimes you get a hub, and everybody was like, "We're good people. We're having a good time," and then everybody has a good time. You know, to each their own. Also, it just occurred to me that Bell is HR 999, so like, I don't know. Yeah. They know what's up. Quartz. All right, I agree with everything that's going on here. My set is the most questionable out of all of them. This quest is for... This is not for Chaos Oil. Bella's like, no, this ain't it. I'm like, I know this ain't it, but you know, it might be. It might unlock them the quest that gives them Chaos Oil. Like, I really don't care. I can post for them if they want me to. I'll give them Chaos Oil next time. I'll post the quest. Why not? Oh, it's this quest. This quest is a nightmare. Nightmare quest. It's funny. I always like whenever I I use the phrase nightmare a lot, and every time I do, I think of an Eric Andre skit where he's like talking to some celebrity, and he's telling him it was like how he used to gather like a certain like kid around in the neighborhood and just like dance in a circle around like, nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. And I don't know why. I think of that skit every single time. Anytime I say the word nightmare, it's like that's what goes into my head is nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. It's such a bad skit too. It's like, I don't know. Eric Andre's hilarious, but like you also just gotta respect that like it's definitely a meme. Like you just gotta respect the fact that he's a meme and like everything that he does is a meme and he does it to get reactions out of celebrities and all of that stuff. Like you just gotta like know that what's real. Oh my god, that skit was so bad. Like just horrible. Yeah, I agree. It's a thing that pops into my head. Though every single time I hear the word nightmare now. I don't know. For me, it's like it's one of those things that it's like I don't know if it was good. Like okay. It's memorable for sure. And that's like I don't know if that adds to the terribleness of it or not, if that makes sense. I mean, like, it's not badly executed. The joke is just awful. No, I know. I'm aware. I don't know. Again, it just, like, totally... It's just what pops in my head these days whenever I hear that particular word. And it's not something that I, like... I don't know. Definitely not something worth imitating. Whatever... Don't imitate anything Eric Andre does. Like... For the most part. Like, I'm sure there's like 1 or 2 things. Oh my god, I got fire damaged. But yeah, no, just don't he's not somebody to look for. Like don't follow his examples. He's hilarious, don't get me wrong, but let him do him. Don't do him for him. I don't know. It's adult comedy for sure. I hope no kids watch Eric Andre and go, I'm going to do that. Please. No. 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 I've got like 3 different drinks, and I'm over here debating which one I want. I'm like, do I drink water because it's good for me? Do I drink caffeine because I'm tired, which is the green tea? Or do I drink more wine? Oh, so many options. Like, wine is obviously the worst choice, but also it could be the best choice. And then water is obviously, like, the best choice, but, you know, it's kind of boring. It could be considered the worst choice. And green tea is, like, am I functional? I don't even know. Is green tea even going to fix anything for me? Please excuse me. I'm in the wrong spot. Thank you. I'm just trying my best not to get whacked here. Immediately got hit by pure shots. That's all right. Ooh, another good knockdown. I appreciate it. This monster was definitely, like, on my, like, not good. I think this was a D tier, maybe even C tier monster on my tier list. Come on. Come over here, man. Quit doing that over there. Land. Oh, please don't whack me. Oh, my God. That nearly fell into the trap. I hope he stands up and falls into the trap. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. All right, let me put this away. Get another flash bomb. Oh, he landed. That's so sad. I was just a second too late there. Rip. That's all right. We got the mount. This monster does not get to play the game today. Honestly, if you have like 2 people that are just dedicated to mounting, it like shuts down monsters. Like this just happens to them. They don't get to stand up ever. Solid. I don't know. I feel like, okay, I appreciate this game a lot because of how much freedom it gives you. However, because of the amount of freedom it gives you, it just makes some things so busted. It makes the monsters so easy to fight sometimes. And like as a result of that, it's like, I don't know. I love this game so much because of the amount of freedom it gives you. But like at the same time, I really wish like the game was a little bit harder. And obviously I can make it harder for myself, but like, again, you just have 2 people that can mount consistently and like the monster can't do anything. You add in a little bit of, you sprinkle in some paralysis. It's like, oh no, you can't do anything. Poor monster. Just sprinkle it in there like a fine salt. Just a pinch of salt. Just a pinch of paralysis. Just a pinch of KO. Just slap a trap on the ground. You know, do all the things. Go for it. I don't care. Whatever keeps the monster from playing the game. Always have 2 mounters though. If you have 2 mounters, the monster just, it doubles the amount of time the monster can't move, literally. Because every paralysis leads into a mount. Every trap leads into a mount. Everything leads into a mount. Bell, what's up? Am I allowed if I'm not cool? You're more than allowed. Everybody's allowed here. Unless you're a jerk, in which case you're not allowed. But, you know, I'm also a jerk, so, like, I can't even really say that because I'm allowed. So, yes, you're allowed. Hello, Belle. How are you doing tonight? I love seeing new people here. Sometimes. That's all right. Just as long as you're, like, mostly cool. Or not cool. Or, you know, as long as you're you. Just be you. That's all I ask for. If you're you and, like, I decide that that's not okay, you know, whatever. I don't know. Also, I think it's Quartz. Quartz? Yeah, Quartz. Quartz turn. Your turn. Totally added an S instead of a Z. Lol. Yeah, kick me if you need to, no worries. I have absolutely no need to kick you. Hey, I'm Robot Egg. Yo, Ovium, welcome. Ovum sapien. There we go, Ovum sapien. Welcome. Glad to see like the people I'm hunting with are also here in the chat with me. That makes me happy. I just finished a hunt with a bunch of randos and nobody popped into chat and it was very confusing and hard to communicate and like, I don't know, just me talking. But yeah, no, welcome to the community. Oh, how nice of Quartz. You know, this is definitely the set I should still be running for this fight because this fight is a nightmare. F this quest. Yeah, no, fuck this quest for sure. You don't need to sugarcoat it. This quest sucks. I for a while I was running I have a Parish Sword and Shield set that I run a lot of the time, and having Chaos Oil 3 was very important to making it function properly. I spent 3 months trying to find a group of people that would do this quest with me. It was not fun. Sorry about that. I said earlier that tragedy quest isn't unlocked on my part. No, I understood that. It was just, you know, generally it was just confusing. We were just trying to communicate. It's all right. Again, I posted the tragedy quest so that way we could do it with you, and then you could unlock it if you wanted to. But I didn't really specify a whole lot of stuff. It's okay. Don't even worry about it. It's a whole thing, and I get it. Communicating with like this, like, okay, when I normally communicate, I just plug my keyboard into my Switch, and it like fixes a lot of issues. But like, I just moved, and I'm trying to figure out like where I can plug things into that makes sense. So it's a nightmare on my end right now. Otherwise, I could just like type in whole paragraphs of messages to you guys to communicate, but that ain't it tonight. Sorry. Also, I do apologize if I'm not playing nearly as well as I should be. I am a little intoxicated, but you know, that's okay. I'm currently like drinking tons of things so that way I don't feel bad in the morning. That isn't alcohol. Not more alcohol. No. I've never seen somebody using aerial bows, so this is very interesting. It's a fun set. I very much so enjoy it. You spend 90% of your time in the air, the other 5% hunting the monster, like, or mounting the monster, and then the other 5% of the monster just switching between files. I'm plastered, I'll be honest. No, I definitely love messing around with like new sets and stuff like that. Aerial bow is easily like the strongest stun set I have. I also have an aerial bowgun set that's just purely designed to launch cluster shots at the monster. That's a fun set that I run. But yeah, no, there's lots of things. I don't know. I'm all for just trying out new things. And of course, I got a couple of sets. Like, I have a meta bow set that runs, like, I don't know, adept style or something like that. And, you know, it's just meant to do, like, critical damage as much as possible. But, like, that's not fun. I did that for a year. It was not fun. Like, it was fun, but then, like, you know, that's all you do. And it's a little skill-based. Like, this is definitely more brain-dead, but it's silly, and I like silly. I'm all for silly. I like it when people come in here and they're like, yo, I'm running alchemy bow, like gun lance. I'm like, go for it. Vala or nada for me. See, that's totally fair. I don't even understand how Valor bow works. I can't wrap my head around it. Also, that is the wrong coding. That's the right coding. Or do I save the para coding for the other one, the gold one? Nah, let's wipe one out as fast as possible. That like, taking care of one monster takes priority. Then we can take care of the other one. Making my way downtown, walking fast, don't want to get hit by gold wrath. Da-da-da-da-da-da. But yeah, no. For the most part here, we just play Monster Hunter. Just as a general note, we play a lot of Monster Hunter here, but we do play other games. I've been playing Celeste lately, and it's been the best time of my life. Did the other monster chase us here? I swear to God. What's this shadow? It's making me nervous. I just want to get close to you. I want to give you a hug. There we go. Yeah. But yeah, no, I definitely did this quest for like 3 months with like no luck of finding anybody who was like willing to do this quest with me. There we go, mount. Oh, it's standing right on the pitfall trap. No! That's okay. I'll get another mount for sure. For now, I'm going to focus on para, though. There we go. That's a para. Or not. Okay, now it's a para. Okay, cool. I'm going to go... Okay, robot, I got him. No, I'm not worried about it then. No! I should have been worried about him. And everybody gets some health. I'm glad that fireball wasn't at me. I could have died. But yeah, no, Monster Hunter is just such a great game. I'm super hyped for Rise 2. It's going to be very, very fun switching over from this game to Rise. Although I might have to change up my controller. So for those of you, like, you know, for those of you joining me today, heavy bowgun is really like the weapon of choice for me. Guild style is ideal, but like I definitely enjoy Valor because Valor busted. I enjoy Aerial because Aerial's super fun. But like heavy bowgun is like where my heart kind of lies. Aerial bow's been has been like a newfound love, but I say newfound. I've been running it for a year now, and it's like something I enjoy doing, but bowgun is where my heart lies. It's just kind of boring sometimes. But as a result of all of that, collectively all of that, I am super stoked for Rise and to be playing heavy bowgun for the first time, brand new in a long time kind of style. But it's going to be weird for sure. And like I'm ready to be bad at the game again. Like, okay, I'm still bad at the game, clearly. I just carded. But like, you know, I look forward to being bad in a new way. I don't know. This is definitely like the mosquito set. I just run around and pester the monster for 3 hours. It's the way I kind of view it. Flying over its head. It's like, get out of my hair. And I'm like, no. And then it shoots me with a fireball and I die instantly. Did Robot Gang just say monkey red? Oh, he's back. Why is he always coming back as soon as we mount the monster? Dude, get out of here. I got him this time. Get out of here. Immediately pooped. Oh, wow. That was a lot of crits. I'm kind of shocked. This set's not meant for crit damage. It's meant for regular damage. Ah! I could have died. Pop my haste rain so I can move super fast. Moving around at the speed of sound. Oh no, he's just ditching. That makes me so sad. Is crit damage as its own stat good or bad game design? Well, like, okay, so what they do for crit damage is they give it like a percentage in this game, and then, because it's like a weird trade-off when you look at DPS. So, okay, here's the thing, right? Crit damage gives you a 1.5 multiplier on your DPS, or some number like that. And then what it does is it gives you a percentage of how often it will crit. That's what we consider affinity, is how often you crit with a weapon. But there are ways to manipulate that stat to make it crit more often. So if you choose a high damaging weapon and boost your crit stat, that gives you like a 1.5 times of doing more damage. Crit is broken in this game. Yes, Bella's completely correct on this. Crit is absolutely broken in this game. And it's because of how easily you can manipulate the crit stat. If crits have special effects, then it's interesting. But otherwise, it's just wonky versions of damage increased. Yeah, it's totally just wonky versions of damage increased. However, there is something called crit status that gives you crits on status-based moves. So, like, rather than critting on DPS, like just straight-up damage numbers, it actually... So the way, like, statuses work in this game is every time you do a status move, you'll see, like, a little puff of whatever kind of status that you're trying to inflict to the monster is generally how it works. Whatever that puff is, like whenever that puff happens, it fills up a meter by the amount that like the weapon indicates. So in this case, if I have a, let's say 48 in paralysis on one of my weapons, every time I get like that little indicator that I've done paralysis damage, it will in fact like fill up a meter on the monster. And once that meter is full, the monster is paralyzed. Now, if you have crit status on, it does that exact same amount, the 48 like number, but it does it by 1.5. So it would increase it by like an extra 24, putting it at like a 72 like paralysis damage or something like that, which would like fill up the crit meter insanely fast, because like most monsters only have like 250 to like paralysis generally is like what the meter requires. Like, okay, oh my god, I cannot believe I just got hit by that. But yeah, so again, 48 paralysis is kind of an insane number when you look at it that way. which I can do. But yeah, so there are ways to make status or crit do different things in the game. It's definitely not just like a DPS number. But beyond that, I think there might be a crit element stat too, but that's also just like more DPS. That's actually something I'm really looking forward to in the new games. There's like elemental blights that you can inflict upon the monster that changes the way that they fight and like the way that you fight them. For instance, one of them is like you can like cover them in electricity, and then any kind of hit to the head counts as KO damage, which can stun them. That's super insane. So like suddenly having crit, like, okay, if you can do that without like the items that inflict it, which we're not sure about yet. I'm really hoping that if you just run like thunder on a weapon set, you can inflict like thunder blight to the monster. Yeah. It's ready for capture. I believe you, Belle. But yeah. Sorry, I'm throwing a bunch of jargon and numbers at you off the top of my head, trying to calculate them accurately. But yeah, so I'm hoping that in the new game, crit actually has a more meaningful, like obviously it's just boom, number goes up like a little bit faster on a random basis. That's what it boils down to. Awesome. Oh my god. Okay, now all I have to do is not die to gold, which is very hard to do with aerial bow, but you know, we're going to try our best. I do have more paracoating. I might be able to paralyze it. We could try our best. Oh. Please don't hit me. Oh, that's a mount. Thank you. But yeah, no. So like, any shot to the head would do KO damage, which also fills up that meter, but it like boosts the effectiveness of the entire team. So that's something that I'm like kind of hoping that happens, at least in terms of crits. Either that or just crits become less meaningful. There's like so many other stats that you can play with in this game. Like for instance, I'm running 3 different stats on my set, which is like Mounting Master, something that boosts my recovery speed. Like if you look at my my stamina meter, which is that yellow one, like it increases ridiculously fast, and I barely use it. That's a part of my set. That's like effects that I'm currently like implementing into the way that my set works. And then when I fire shots in the air, which I spend most of my time firing shots in the air, it does additional damage. Like that's another set of the set. One is I mount monsters easier, so that means every time I jump on the monster, it's become easier to do so, which is another random number increase. But it definitely changes the way that the set is played because, or I guess it doesn't. You're still just trying to do it. It just makes it easier to play the set in that particular manner. But again, because you can do that in combinations with different weapons and stuff like that, it actually does make it interesting. And something that I'm going to miss about this game is like you could run different styles. For instance, aerial bow won't be in Rise. Sorry. To me, because I like the set. But yeah, this is something that won't exist when Rise comes out, for sure. And so running random abilities like Airborne, which is the current, and Mounting Master on a bow is going to be very, very not effective for the most part because of like, it's just not a weapon that's supposed to be used in the air. In this game, it can be because of the way that the game is built. It physically allows for you to like jump off of monsters and shoot volleys of arrows down at the monster from the air. But yeah, no. So anyway, to make the long story short, crit damage is good on every weapon in this game. It's the meta. And everything else is super fun. Oh, I'm gonna die. No, somebody heal me, please. Oh God. I've carded 3 times now. Thank God somebody ate for insurance. I recognize that way too late. You know what I should have done? I should have not gone for that 3rd shot. I should have just called it at the 2nd shot and just bailed on that like at that point. Backed off. I don't know. Again, another reason why I like aerial bow is like it gives you outs. It gives you so many outs. If you're above the monster, you can end your shot early with like the forward shot, which is like the spread thing that you guys keep seeing, and it pushes you away from the monster. You can gain more height with the A button, and then you can always just not hit either of those buttons and fall. It gives you options. Options are good. All right, I'm going to try my best not to cart 3 times in a row. Oh, no, he spawned with me. That's not fun. I don't know. Another thing that's nice, you have a lot of air control, so you can back off. No! Wow. Aerial is just a risky style for me. Funny, it's very risky for me as well, as you can see. So for those of you who are currently here, there's something I prefer to do. Leaves you open to a lot of damage. Yeah. So for the record, when I hunt like this, or when we hunt, I normally try to give people at least a redo when we fail a hunt, especially like in moments like these when it's entirely my fault. I hope that's all right with you guys. But that's generally how I run my rooms. Hard time to iframe, but fun with Charge Blade. 1 redo on failed quests. At least that's the way I like to run it. You know, so that way we can post whatever we want. We can post the hard stuff. We can fail once and go like, okay, now we know how to fight the monster and then do it better. For instance, if nobody like fought this monster before and everybody forgot dung bombs, that would have been a miserable fight. Not that it wasn't already miserable to begin with, but it would have been far more miserable. In this case, I've learned my lesson. I'm not running aerial this time. At least not aerial bow. I might run aerial heavy bowgun. Maybe. I'm heavily considering it. That's not it. Airstrike. There we go. Lol, please just don't use pellet. Don't worry, it's not pellet. It might be worse. Nah, believe me, I have a pellet set. I don't use it often because it's very, very obnoxious. And if I do run pellet, it's only aerial, so like I'm only raining bullets down from above. This is really not a mounting set, though it could be if I really wanted it to be, but I choose for it not to be. Eat for Moxie again. That last set was super weak to fire damage too. This set will not be weak to fire damage. I hope. Feints are A-okay. I appreciate that. Yeah, 18 fire res. I'll be fine. That's a good amount of fire res. No, I've definitely run pellet before. People are like, what is going on? Also, I run a lot of really obnoxious sets. Like, okay, I classify myself mostly as a support hunter because, like, I'm good at support. If I run heavy bowgun, I like to run status heavy bowgun, which is very uncommon, but, you know, that's besides the point. However, when I do run other weapons, it's always explosion-based, just for the record. I love Gun Lance as, like, a secondary damage weapon. I love this set, which is also explosion-based. I look forward to showing this one off because it's just so dumb. But, like, I don't know. I think explosions are cool. I'm so excited to throw, like, large barrel bombs straight down at monsters. Like, every single time. I'm like, oh, I'm above the monster. Just eat this. Eat this, sucker. And, like, just absolutely destroy them. You know, all kinds of things. I'm heavily looking forward to that aspect of Rise. All right, that is the rest of that wine. Oh, my God. Belle, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. I absolutely love having more people hang out in here. Time to make bank. All right. So time to make bank is it's a gambling thing. People can risk their channel points. What would you can choose if you so to make what the prediction is. Or, you know, we could just do it something simple like, will I faint in this particular hunt? Will I cart? Will we succeed? You know, things like that. There's one in particular that you want to try. Can you recommend me aerial bow? I can recommend you aerial bow.
I've recommended it to you. Please try aerial bow sometime. It's super fun. Now, if you're looking for a set, I really like Snow Baron because it just gives you all the aerial abilities that are useful. It gives you aerial. It gives you aerial. It gives you Mounting Master, and then you want like a decent way to like deal with Con, but like here will we succeed on this hunt? I gotta type this in really fast. Yes or no. Start the prediction. You guys got like 5 minutes. Oh, thank God. I'm in the cool area. Phew. Low key, you'll die a lot. You will die a lot. That is absolutely the truth. I'm gonna gather what I can up here. But like, it's all about practice. There was a point in time when I could run aerial bow and like not die at all. Same thing with the adept bow. Like any gunner set has its like heavy risk. Its heavy risk is you have no defense, you get hit 3 times and you die. And that's if you're lucky. Most of the time you get 1 shot and you die. Like what happens to me every fight. But like, Alright, let's see what we can make happen here. Oh, that was bad roll. Okay, slow walk. Slow walk. Back off. Now we go in. I don't know. I also really love heavy bowgun because it forces me to think methodically. I was going to say methodically, but now I'm almost... I might die right here. Oh, thank God I didn't screw up the menuing. If I had screwed up the menuing, I'd probably be dead. For the record. I've done that before. I've panicked through menus and just been like, no, I need to get to the item. And then I eat the wrong thing and I'm like, my mega potion, and die instantly. Or, even something more stupid than a mega potion. I don't know. But yeah, no, I highly recommend like at least running aerial. You could run like crit up and all that stuff if you wanted to. You could run, Mounting Master is a really, really good skill to have. I'm so sick of this monster just hitting me out of the blue, out of nothing. But like Constitution is really important because you will be eating through your stamina, or you could just use Mega Dash Juice. That's also an option. I'm just kind of an eco hunter. I like to not use any of my materials for anything most of the time. Is that a dung bomb? Is that a get off me dung bomb? I guess not. No dung bombs. Oh my God. Please let me jump on the monster. Oh my God, I went into stuff like that. Monster being a nightmare. I bet Silver Wrath is going to show up any second. Alright, can I please jump on this monster? Thank you. I'm jumping over the monster. I see now. That's very upsetting. There we go. Mounting. Like the good hunter I am. But yeah, no, that's like kind of my recommendation for things that you can run on it. And I highly recommend having a bow that does para. Everything else, though, it's totally subjective. Like, you could run whatever you like. Aerial, Mounting Master, and Con. Those are like my 3 favorite stats, though, on aerial heavy bowgun. Or aerial, the other one. You there. Get out of here. Quit shitting on my parade. Eating through my cluster shots. All right, why are you still here? I definitely threw dung bombs at you. Get out of here. I'll throw dung bombs at you. Get off of me. bad dodge. I don't know. Aerial, but like, I also run evasion distance, but that's up to you. It depends on how confident you feel in being able to approach the monster. Again, I just use Snow Baron. Like, that whole set is very, very good at making you move to the right position quickly and all of that good stuff. Highly recommend. That being said, Snow Baron is a pain in the butt, so if you didn't want to make the Snow Baron set, I don't blame you. Because that set is a monster of a set to try and make. I spent several months to make it, and I was like, man, was it even worth it to, like, use it for Bowgun? I don't even know. I still don't know. I still debate whether or not I should have run anything else besides Bowgun. He's back. Get out of here. Nobody wants you here. Oh, he's gonna totally... Oh my god. I thought that was at me. I'm gonna go yeet. Oh, other one's leaving. God, this quest is actually a nightmare. Chase it down this way. But yeah, no. I as much as I love playing Monster Hunter, occasionally there's quests like these that are just like, oh my god, you saved my life. Thank you for stunning that monster. I ran in there, he looked at me funny, I got terrified, and then you stunned him and saved my life. Oh my god. No! I'm amazed I didn't get hit there. Seriously, Silver, get out of here. Oh, he's ready to cap. If you guys want to cap gold, just to get him out of the way, I'm down for the record. Let's see what I can do. Molto benissimo. Bell knows what's up. Okay, cool. I leave that to you, Bell. I'm going to go ahead and deal with Silver. Very good. This is going much better. Although it's funny, whenever I say something like that, I immediately, like, lose. So, for the record, I'm a little cursed. Come on, take off. I dare you. Do it. You did not take off. How dare you? Slowly approaching the monster. There we go. 3 big shots. Do it again. Take off. Do it. Fine. I'll just get the big stun. It's funny. There's like a couple of moves in this game that are like designed to make monsters fall out of the air. You know what isn't? Supernova. You know what always makes monsters fall out of the air? Supernova. Like, why doesn't AA Flare have that consistency? Like, AA Flare is really, really good at it, but, like, Supernova is just, like, 100%. Like, if you get the read and the monster's in the air and you hit them with Supernova, they're, like, just out. Oh, that's actually... Okay. I hit the wrong button there, but you know what? We're cool with it. Good Supernova. I'm going to take the shiny because, you know, I feel like playing a little risky. Quartz, no! Oh, that was not the right item. I think I would have gotten it to you in time, but that was not life powder. Sorry. Oh my god, please stop this. didn't miss. Eat it! Oh my god, I fucking love the heavy bowgun swing. It's so hilarious. You just knock monsters out of the air with it. You're like, nah. You thought you were flying there, and you just come up with your heavy bowgun and you swing at their face, and they're just like, ah! They're so off guard when you do it to them. They just accept it as, you know, this is what's happening now, I guess. Wow, that did not work. There we go. So many flash bombs being thrown around. None of them working. A little short there. That could have killed him too. Didn't get the big damage. No! It's alright, I'll take a shiny. So he's going that away. What's that away? Okay, got it. That's that one area with a nest. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like shocked that I have games like this well memorized, and then other times I'm just like, you know what? No, I've sunk enough time into this game. I should have these maps memorized. They're just other games where I'm like, wow, I've sunk even more time into these games, and I don't have things memorized. Why don't I have things memorized? That's right. Give me that face. Gun swing. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's a stuff. That's right. Eat explosions. That's going to be a great end swing. You're a winnow, kiddo. That's funny. Kiddo used to be the name of, like, one of my first MMO characters. So there was a game I've been playing, again, very recently, but I've been playing since I was 7, called Phantasy Star Online, Episode 1 and 2. I used to play it on the GameCube, and it's not well known, and apparently the version that we had costs well over $200. Anyway, we played this game a lot as kids, and one of the things that people would always I went over to a friend's house to play it first, and then somebody else got the game, and then, you know, from then on. However, they were like very, very adamant about creating my character for me. They were like, no, we're making your character for you. And I'm like, I want to make my character. And they didn't listen to me at all. They made my character incredibly short, incredibly skinny, and like a robot that I didn't really care about, and named me Kiddo. And I was very upset by it. I was so livid. And then I got the character up to level 17, and I was very happy about it. And ever since then, the word Kiddo is like a spot in my heart. It's something that, like, nowadays I'm like, I see the word kiddo and I'm like, that's very endearing. GG, the nightmare is over. Indeed. Very glad it is. Ooh, Fire Gleam Dollop. That's always one of those things that you just need as much of as possible whenever you try to do anything. I got it from Kill Bill. Ah, gotcha. I don't think I've seen it. I've heard good things about it, but I don't think I've seen it. Ugh. All right, Belle, it's your turn to post something. If you're interested in posting something. You're more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to just, you know, do whatever you want. Just as long as it adheres to the rules of posting just whatever you want. Sure, go for it. Also, by the way, that was Harriel Heavy Bowgun. If you guys haven't seen that before, this is the particular set that I run. Most people run mounting sets. I run explosion set. I run nothing but cluster shots. I craft 50 cluster shots for the fight. Take a look at the things. This is the things. This is what it does. I guess I should do that over here. This is what it does. Got that invade extender because God knows I need that. I got that ammo saver because cluster shots cost a lot of money. And then, of course, part breaker because explosions, airborne because airborne, and then cap guru because I just needed another ability. Absolute team killer set. Oh, for sure. No, people absolutely hate this set. people run around and they're just like, I'm trying to hit the monster, and then I get hit by a bomb and I get blasted away, and it's all your fault. And I'm like, Belle. Let's see what we got to fight. But no, I absolutely adore this set. This set makes me so happy. Fun quest inbound. I'm excited. What is it? Ooh, that is a fun quest. I'm gonna run something different though this time. I got another fun set. That'll be fun. And a set. Where it at? Is it this one? No, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right either. That's it. That's the one. And then I think this monster is weak to ice, which I got an ice set somewhere. Yeah, this will be fun. Respect. Nah. I'm a fan of just running whatever you want. Now, of course, like, you know, try and do what you can for the team, but I'm a support hunter at heart. I love support. But also, you know, just do whatever you want. Check out my set. It's made for this quest. I will. Crit eye, dragon attack. Oh, solid. Element up, load up. Nice. Nice. And weakness exploit, of course. I love it. Also, I haven't told you this yet, but I absolutely love your title. I'll crush you with love. Makes me very happy. Actually, you know what? I could run something else. Here, actually, I got a better ability for this particular hunt. I ran damage, but like, there's something better that I could be running. It's made for guaranteed destruction. Heart, lol. Where's it at? There it is. This guy, yeah. This puppy. This guy I built to just take care of EX Dread Queen. This set right here. Guaranteed EX Dread Queen killer. Eat for fire res, eat for defender, because who needs the other stuff? Perfect. Perfect. All right, let's get this one done. Should be a fun, easy quest. I'm gonna get my effects ready. Let me remember how to play them. I like the large maraca. I think it's actually like a weird flute, if I remember correctly. Oh, wow, okay. All right, and then we gotta get that purple, orange. That's a solid mount. Yeah, what a great view. No, hunting horn is such a like a fun thing. It's like basically like I like how I enjoy that how some of the classes in this game are revenant, like remind me of D&D. Like the bard has always been considered like a support class in D&D. And so as a result of that, they give you this musical instrument weapon that you get to play at monsters. And it just gives everybody in the team buffs. And I love that. Like, it's so good. There we go. I did the things. Now everybody takes less damage 40% of the time. They can't get poisoned. Wow. Ridiculous. But yeah, no, every time you hear it make a weird noise like that's the set. It does the thing. I'm taking my Raytheon parts. You guys can't stop me. Given how little weapons I've used in this game, I need as many low-ranked parts as I can so that way I can craft more weapons in this game. Wow. That was not okay. These monsters are supposed to be hard, right? Like, I mean, I understand that it's still high rank, but what is going on? Bell, I think it's your set. Given that you're the one that I looked at, the amount of dragon damage you're doing is probably absurd. Like a not okay amount. Get in there. There we go. Look at all that damage. I'm about to boost it even further. Even further beyond. There we go. Nothing stands a chance now. We are unstoppable. Ooh, look at that. Didn't take the damage. Totally should have gotten poisoned there. But the monster, you know, the set said, no, I don't care. Amazing. That was very much not okay. I bet that set also works really, really great against Diablos. I bet Diabolos stands absolutely no chance against that monster. Or against that particular set with the dragon damage. That was absurd. I did what I could, but apparently it was insignificant. Man. What a fun, like, okay, this is part of the reason why I absolutely love. Maybe I've done this hunt a few times. I mean, I believe you. I have also a Dread Queen set. So like I believe me, I've done Dread Queen. I spent 4 months working on Dread Queen. But like again, I have this set made for Dread Queen. But yeah, no, this has definitely been like one of the most fun rando hubs I've ever had in my life. You know, and that's all your guys' thanks. Like, you know what I mean? That's because of you, the viewer. I don't know. I always think about like those PBS, like I don't know. I watched a lot of PBS as a kid. I didn't have cable, and so as a result of that, and it's like, and so every single like show was just, you know, again, they'd always end it with like, and thank you to viewers like you, and I was like, ah, yes, and it's like ingrained in my mind. The whole thank you to viewers like you thing. Special permit. I'm just trying to get some stuff done. You know, let's get one of those obnoxious ones out of the way. Reading Rainbow. Oh yeah, for sure. But like all of them. Every show. I watched Cyber Chased. I watched Dragon Tales. I watched, I hate to say it, like, I don't know. What was it? Super Y? God, I hate that show. I don't even know why I watched it, but I watched it because I know it. I watched Word Girl. I watched Electric Company. I watched, like, Arthur. Arthur was the shit. What was it? Somebody the other day posted something, and it's just a clip from the show. And what was it? I think DW walks up to like Sue Ellen and says something along the lines like, "Oh, you can't participate in the race because you're a lonely child." And Arthur comes up and is like, "It's not lonely child, it's only child, which is what you're gonna be after I sell you if we don't win this race." And I'm like, holy shit. Where am I from? I'm from Florida. I can, you know, that's been announced enough times. I feel confident in saying that. But yeah, no, East Coast. You know, that away, yeah. For most people. I can't give you more details than that, but you know. What did I post? I don't even remember. Oh, God, the alcohol. Florida, man. Don't want to, I mean, listen, I don't want to be from Florida. I just am. This is where I live. I'm working on getting out of here. It's cool. I'm from Michigan. Oh, that's where I want to move. Oh, I'm so jealous. I hear it's freezing up there. But, like, that's all I want. I want cold weather. I'm so sick of hot and humid and everybody thinking Orlando is the capital of Florida. I mean, okay, I'm going to actually, you know, I'm going to struggle with that a lot more if I move out of Florida. But, you know, I don't care. I'll be happy to be like, yeah, no, I'm from Michigan. It's like, yes, yes. But sadly, I've lived here too long. I can never say that. We have every season. It's lovely. Believe me, I want that. I want that so hard. I get like maybe 2 weeks of weather that's 40 degrees, and then that's called winter. I want seasons. Okay, so I've been to Michigan before, for the record. I have family that lives up there. And so as a result of that, I get to spend like maybe 2 weeks in Michigan, which for most people, like everybody I've talked to is like, yo, 2 weeks in snow is ideal. 4 weeks in snow is miserable. And like, sure, I get that. But also, you guys get snow, and I like snowboarding and sledding and all the snow sports. Like, that's all I want to do. Believe me, if I lived in Michigan, I would just go snowboarding every day for the rest of my life. You have to pay real close attention for seasons here. Yeah, for sure. You got to be like, yo, today's winter. We got to go experience it. And if you miss winter for that day, you got to wait until what could possibly be the next winter. Also be careful, it is a cap quest. I will try my best to ping the monster. I did not bring paintballs. I hope somebody else did. I hope there's paintballs in the box. There totally are. I'm taking one. I want to say the monster spawns in area... I don't even remember. But yeah, no. Believe me, I want to live in Michigan. That or New Mexico. That's like the other option. New Mexico is amazing. Because they still get all the seasons, but like also it's just hot and dry in a desert and like amazing for rock climbing, which is the other thing I like to do. Michigan or Riot. Oh, you fucker. Thank you, monster, for just walking up and paralyzing me. It's exactly what I wanted today. Nah, I mean, really, it all depends on where grad school takes me. I'm currently waiting out COVID, and then I'm going to be auditioning for schools for graduate school. That's the plan. Genprey really doesn't like rock climbing XD, apparently. Also, welcome, Grand Lurg. I'm a little intoxicated, but, like, you know, I'm having a good time, so that's all that matters. That is not a paintball. That's a cold drink. I already took one of those. Ah! There we go. Painted. Now I just got to pay really, really, really close attention to the monsters, so that way I don't, like, mess this up. Oh, no, Quartz, it's after you. Oh, no, it's after me. Oh, that time it was after me. It was probably after Robot Egg beforehand. They were from Bell. Yes. Come on, let me get my stamina back, please. There we go. Now I can start firing shots. That is not a combo. go. Perfect. Now it's just going to sit there and do its thing while Bell finishes the mount. And then once Bell finishes the mount, I'm going to fire a supernova at it and pray it doesn't kill it. If I see that thing flash, I'm pulling off so hard. Stop. That's it. It's ready. No, 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 no. Stop swinging. Stop swinging. No, no, no. Stop swinging. Oh, what a rip. I totally pinged it, but that's all right. Lol, I shouldn't have brought this set. No, I mean, you know, it's fine. We just got to listen. Too much status. It's just people are so ready to go ham when they hit our level. Is like, no, no, stop, swear, I know what I'm doing. I just want to capture the monster. That's all I care about. It's all right. I get one redo. This is my quest. I get one redo. Remember, I set the rules. Oh. One redo. I'll ping for cat. There we go. Nah, believe me, this is actually my expectation. This is exactly how I expected it to run. Cap Guru doesn't update until the monster isn't statused or knocks down, so this was a bad choice. Ah, that's interesting. That actually clarifies a lot of weird instances I've had where like the monster never even flashed and it just died instantly. Although in this case, it definitely flashed and I definitely pinged and people kept swinging. So, you know, that's okay. It happens. I totally understand that. Please let it not happen again, because all I have to do are all of these capture quests, and then I can actually get started on real things, but until I can take care of these capture quests, I'm stuck. Also, I think I got enough time for one more solid round of hunts, so everybody gets to post one. Then I'm probably going to end the stream. We can go raid somebody, have a good time, you know. We'll probably raid another Monster Hunter streamer, because that's what we do here. And then you guys can all go out and harass them and play with them and all that stuff. I say harass. I actually love you guys. This is so great. It was too late because it was KO'd. Gotcha. I ran up to try and trap it, but like I kept getting hit. Oh. I don't know. I do love how this game isn't like you can't be overpowered forever. Like everybody still has one low rank set on them. Like if they wanted to pop into low rank and just play like a low rank hunter, they could totally do it. Same, LMAO. I was panicking. I don't know if you guys could hear it in my voice, but I was 100% panicking. It's just like, no, stop, please. All I want to do is capture it. It's already dead. Man. All right, I'm going to go get some water real quick. I'll be very quick about it. I hope. We'll see. Water is important. Anybody who decides to drink, please drink water while you drink. It will keep you from dying the next day. Controller in hand. Man, I really wish like my Joy-Cons didn't die out on me for this game. Like, I absolutely, like, believe me, I adore Joy-Cons, but like, also, why are they so crappy? They always fall apart. Like, why do they always fall apart? It makes me angry. I just want to play Monster Hunter without having to deal with drift while I play heavy bowgun. Is that too much to ask? Apparently, but like, you know, that's all I care about. They're too damn small. Well, I mean, like, it's nice when you have, like, the whole thing. Like, this is nice. I like this. You know, it fits in my hand. I can grasp it. It holds well. I can control it. But, like, mine started drifting the first week. They're too small to be sturdy. I want them to just, I want them to work so much, but they just don't. I swear they don't work, and it makes me so sad. It's not even angry, I'm just sad. See, I bought one of these. This is small, it works. Like, what's going on? Apply WD-40. No. Listen, I know everybody's like WD-40 is the solution to everything, but it ain't. Nintendo is literally getting sued. They fucked up the joysticks. Yeah, exactly. That's the issue. If the joysticks worked, if they didn't disconnect from the console, if you held it properly. Like, I just want the Switch to function like a function. Like, I just want it to work. If it worked, I'd be so happy. It'd be the best console. But, like, because it's so fall aparty, it's not the best console. I mean, it's arguably still, like, one of the best consoles, but, like, there'd be no argument if it just worked properly. But yeah, no. Pro controllers are honestly such a good investment for using Switch at home. I agree. I agree. Honestly, I might end up getting one of the Bluetooth Pro controllers. Just because, so something that I've noticed that Rise is doing, which I've tried, and it's awesome, is using gyroscope controls for the camera. Now, listen, this doesn't sound like something that anybody would want as a Blade Master. However, as a heavy bowgun user, do you know how cool it is to aim with your, like, with motion controls? Like, okay, for the record, I'm great at Splatoon. And also for the record, like, believe me, if you're not using motion controls for Splatoon, you're not playing Splatoon properly. People use that for Breath of the Wild. Exactly. It feels good. It actually is like I can't play FPSs unless I'm doing that. Motion controls kick ass. Yeah, exactly. I'm so excited to have that in Monster Hunter. As a heavy bowgun user who struggles to hit faces, I am so ready to have motion controls. All right, I can't. Oh, that's it. It's ready. That's it. Nice. Good cap. Guess who's back? Hello, Austin's Art. Welcome back. I can't use them for Breath of the Wild, so I use the joystick. I had to use it on Wii U, and I logged so many hours in hunting shit at the game with the joystick. Yeah, no, but like, I don't know. I love motion controls. Believe me. Like, okay, I also hate them. Like, I hate how inconsistent they are, but like, when they're done like this is good. You ever play Splatoon? It feels good. I actually hit shots in Splatoon. Like, I play a lot of FPSs with keyboard and mouse, and this is better. Like, listen to me. This is better. But, like, again, when Joy-Cons drift, it defeats the purpose of having good aim. It, like, makes me so sad. Pro Controller might be where it's at for me. But, like, I just want it to work. I just want it to work. Please, just work. That's all I ask for. How much of that wine have you had? Yeah, so the bottle's empty. Like, actually empty. There's like drips. Yeah, empty. Empty wine. So, you know, that much wine. There's a lot of wine. Also, thank you for helping me with that hunt. Robot, it's your turn to post. My Pro Controller started drifting, but I have like 3K hours on it. Yeah, that's totally fair. Oh, Lord. Welp. It's all right. I've drunk 2 of these now. This is my 3rd one, and I'm doing all right. And I drink a whole pot of tea. I should be fine in the morning. I haven't actually drunk the whole bottle. I still have, like, this much wine left. So, you know, it's okay. I'm heading to bed. Good night, y'all. All right. Good night, Austin's Art. Thank you for popping in. Greatly appreciate it. Man, I bumped up all of my settings. Okay, so for Streamlabs, I just, like, went, you know what? I moved. I have better internet. I can, like, afford to make everything look better. And so as a result of that, I bumped up all of my graphical settings, and not a single frame has dropped, and that makes me so happy. Like, I am so glad that, like, I don't know, that Streamlabs is working, and it looks good. and everything is like okay. Like, I don't know, makes me happy. Honestly, I may even bump it up even higher, because it's only eating up like a very small portion of my CPU usage. Like, there's so many good things. I don't know if Robot's still in chat, so I'm just gonna ping them in here. Robo. Your turn. There we go. Okay, they're going up there. Cool. All right, 3 more hunts. Item sets. Current sets. What are we hunting? Actually, let me figure out what we're hunting first. Yeah, not running this set. I have a very limited number of resources on this set, and this ain't the quest for limited resources. This is a lot of monsters. However, I do have a set that does handle a lot of monsters very well. Which one is that? I could run that. Yeah, let's run that. I haven't run this set in a while. I'm kind of excited to do so. And then I should just run, what is it, Sword and Shield meta-ish. Word. Am a fan. Mind's Eye, Affinity Oil. There we go, perfect. Oh, what is that? Gotta clear this one. I mean, I'm excited. I like this hunt. It should be fun. Let me actually bring smoke bombs. Smoke bombs might be super handy. We don't need paint bombs, but we do need smokes. I need more smokes. Let me make more smokes. Yeah, there we go. No need for smoke? Oh, am I thinking of a different quest? The smoke's not like... I'm gonna bring them anyway, because I don't need paintballs, but like... They only spawn after the monster faints. Okay, gotcha. I mean, there are some quests that spawn like when a monster falls into a certain threshold. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't one of those. Otherwise, I'd be scared. Defender, High, Moxie. Wow, best effects. I get Moxie and Defender. I'm unstoppable. I can't be killed. One might even say that I'm immortal. All right, I am sleep bombing, so bring bombs if you're interested in sleep bombing with me. I like sleep bombing. It's one of my favorite things to do. I know I can't guarantee that we'll succeed on it because I don't think Quartz is here in chat. And so as a result of that, me communicating that the monster is falling asleep doesn't mean a whole lot. But like, you know, we'll try our best. Maybe one day he'll catch on. I've taught at least 9 people how to sleep bomb here in like my chat since I've started streaming on Twitch. Like, I don't know. People keep coming in here. I'm like, don't hit the monster while it's asleep. Like, don't. Just don't. Don't do it. Don't do it. And I'm like, and they're like, why? And I'm like, I want to hit it with bombs. It does 4 times damage. And they're like, oh, gotcha. It's funny. I was sleep bombing monsters by accident for you. I honestly, I think it's almost automatic. Like when I think about sleep bombing, I'm like, how did you not discover sleep bombing? Like, the game said you get bombs, and then you tried to put down a bomb, and you were like, how do bombs work? And then you're like, oh, they don't like go off instantly. They're like barrels. And then you go, but I bet I could use this. And then you start using it, and it totally works. Be right back. I used my aerial vault off the sleeping monster. Some dude in random turn sub. Basically. That's honestly how it feels. Is that a scream? Block the scream. Going for more damage. Do a barrel roll. Sorry, cracking myself up. I don't know. There's a quote that a friend of mine told me once. Laughing at your own jokes is the purest form of comedy. And I don't know. Me and her don't get along too well these days, but like it's something that's always stuck in my head. And I plan on keeping that as a quote that I enjoy. There we go. Sorry, I totally used my round force for invincibility. If I smacked you, I apologize. Oh, is it up? Well, that's sad. That's okay. Well, we'll get it again. I don't even think that was anybody's fault. I think everybody stopped swinging, and the monster just, like, got parried. And then it woke up and screamed, and then got parried instantly. I think that's actually what happened there. Oh, I totally should have. I trusted my instincts. In fact, I can still do it. No, I can't. It's too late. Okay. My instincts told me. They told me that Snow Baron would spawn. All right, we're gonna get some Mind's Eye around here. Not that I believe I'm gonna bounce off the monster, because I don't. But I'm doing it for the Chaos Oil. It's for the Chaos Oil. So now I can get some Alchemy Whetstones. Hit this monster with a good old Shoryu. Shoryuken! Solid. Now everybody's got red SP arts. Amazing. Look at me doing my job as a good alchemy user. Nobody's a good alchemy user. I take that back. There's a lot of good alchemy users. And it just makes me happy that I can be one of them. One of the few. Oh, wow. I totally fucked that up, didn't I? Oh, well. Oh, I'm getting hit by that, aren't I? I almost wanted to get drop kicked there so that way he would pop me out of it, but okay. Cool. Cool. There we go. Doing big damage. There we go. God, I actually love the amount of invincibility Round Force gives you. It's actually insane. It's like a get out of jail free card for every situation. Ow! I probably should have hit that guy out of sleep. I don't know who that was, but I probably should have definitely tapped them once. Look at me being a horrible support hunter. That's asleep, guys. And then this is what alchemy barrels are for. Yes! I love alchemy fireballs so much. They're so silly. One, two, three. This whole set is to just like use alchemy barrels as much as possible. Like alchemy fireball. That's like literally the whole set. I remember I was watching somebody on a YouTube channel talking about alchemy fireball. And they were just like, this is a meme. Like, this is not good. And I'm like, I'm going to make it good. So I went ahead and made a sleep bomb set that's focused around just using as many alchemy, fireballs as possible. Dude, totally works. Nobody listens to me. It's a silly set. Like, don't get me wrong. There's ways to make it work better. But, like, it works. And now I can use my alchemy whetstone to boost all my specials. Give people even more alchemy arts. It never ends. As soon as that monster disappears, I'm going to start whetstoning. It's important to wait because the whetstones are an integral part of making things work. Gotta ask about what kind of wine goes best with hunts. That's a great question. I'm using a red blend. Let me take a look at it here. It is a red blend wine, rye barrels, Robert Mondavi private selection or something like that. I don't know. Again, it was originally meant to be a stew wine, but I didn't have a can opener at the time. A can opener, a bottle opener that would work with wine. Oh, did I not sharpen all the way? Did I get... Oh, what? What did I do? If I didn't sharpen my weapon, what did I do? Honest question. It does kind of irritate me that blue sharpness isn't enough most of the time to, like, actually deal damage to monsters. But, like, when it does, it's just, like, fine. Like, I love blue sharpness. If you're ever in a jam, stick a thin knife into the cork, spin it, and lift. Works like a charm. Oh, interesting. I will keep that in mind. For sure. I've got a camping trip coming up, like, sometime this weekend, and, like, that'll be ideal information. All right, I got alchemy barrels. Let's make them happen. Let's do it again. I gotta make more. Oh, that's a potion. Lol. Be careful. I've had some drunk friends make bad slips. Noted. We'll definitely be careful about that. I mean, honestly, I don't know if I'll bring alcohol to the campsite. I mean, I enjoy it for sure. But, like, you know, it's not something I do often. I definitely make plans to be drunk. Like, tonight is one of those nights I was planning on being drunk. I made lasagna. Like, I had the whole day to cook a whole ass lasagna, and then I spent, like, the rest of the day being like, you know what, I can drink a bottle of wine. Why not? You know, that's the kind of mindset I have about when it comes to, like, substances. It's just like, know when you can, know when you can't. And this is definitely I know I can today. I don't drink often, but when I do, I stream it, Babo. I mean, sure. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, if I go to, like, a party, too, like, it's the same thing. But, like, I don't know. Like, I don't go to parties often. Let me just right out the gate. But, on top of that, like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I enjoy it, for sure. It's fun, for sure. But, like, also, you just got to do it well. Like, you can't just... Being drunk all the time is called being an alcoholic. Like, that's, like, you don't function in, just, like, in life. I mean, I got jobs. I've got, like, stream, you know, all this stuff. But, like, no, this is definitely, like, one of those nights where it's like, you know, I'm drunk. I want to drink wine with lasagna. I made lasagna an hour before stream. And I'm going to definitely be drunk while I'm, like, streaming tonight. I might as well just, like, go full. Like, you know what I mean? This monster's getting all the alchemy fireballs right now. Alcoholics function through. That's the whole thing about alcoholics. Oh, alcoholics function, though. That's the whole thing about alcoholics. That's fair. I don't know. I know I don't, and that's why I, like, choose specific times to be drunk. Like, I actually plan to be drunk, which is something that a lot of people don't do. They're just like, I'm bored tonight. Let's drink. And I have a plan. You know what I mean? Oh, that's a shame. It's my goal every time I run an alchemy sec to kill a monster using alchemy fireballs. That is, like, my goal. I want to be like, this has got to be the final blow. Me just firing off alchemy fireballs. Not gonna lie, I read your name as Lane and thought it was the pristine for the story. Rip my spiral slice. Did I read that correctly? Oh no, pristine for the slory. Rip my spiral slice. No, wait, I was still right. Oh wait, okay. Oh, I read your name as lasagna. Oh, there we go. I missed a whole word in there. No wonder it made no sense. Okay. Got it figured out. We're good. That was a very, very, very clean hunt. Lasagna. Lasagna. I don't know. There was like this whole like period of time where YouTube just kept recommending me videos about like this demonic Garfield character. And like it was hilarious because every single time I watched an episode of it, it was like, "John, I need the lasagna." And John's like, "Don't eat the lasagna, Garfunkel." Like he would just say random things. It was hilarious. "John, I need the lasagna. It allows me to function. But Garfunkel, the lasagna is too hot. John, I will kill you if I don't get the lasagna." Like, I don't know. And ever since then, lasagna is never like, it's always had a new place in my heart, in my mind. It's just like, it's this meme food almost. I'm like literally eating the meme. I make a lasagna and they go, "Lasagna." All right, one more. Who's up next? The pears on Elder Frost were hot, GG. Oh, for sure. No. Elder. Look how many golden eggs I have. I have 200 golden eggs. What am I supposed to do with 200 golden eggs? I'm over here looking for barrel bombs. That's what I'm looking for. Enjoyed our hunts. Bye-bye. All right, Belle. Thank you for popping in tonight. For sure. I think that's a good place to call the stream. For those of you who are new here, feel free to, like, you know, if you guys want to come back and play more Monster Hunter with me, I play this game pretty often. You know, I go live often. You're more than welcome to join our Discord or, like, you know, leave a follow or whatever works for you. You could also just get lucky and pop back in whenever you choose. But yeah, no, I had a great time playing games tonight. I look forward to playing more games in the future. I'm probably going to play Celeste tomorrow at 7:30. Nice to meet you. Have a good night. Make sure you drink some water. I got a huge cup of water right here, and I'm going to drink the whole thing and probably another one before I go to bed, so that way I feel totally healthy in the morning. But until then, we're going to go raid Kirita-sama because I have yet to actually do real interactions with this guy. He's a cool guy, if you guys haven't seen him before. Well-known Monster Hunter streamer, at least between the communities that I've engaged with. Monster Hunter has such a nice community to it, and I hope that you guys can, I don't know, indulge yourselves into it. I enjoyed hunting with all of you. I look forward to hunting with all of you in the future if you guys decide to come back. But until then, good night, sleep well, and I will catch you later. Enjoy Kirita-sama. See ya.